Hello everybody, it's me, and welcome back to the video. Now, I'm sorry if this one's a little late. I apologize, I'm kind of tired. Now, in this video, I am going to be taking a look back at Garbantis. Now, this is a very robust set. I would recommend you probably should just use Brawny Nimble, but this is not Brawny Nimble. Robust Nimble, they're like a good one. This one I just had on me, so this is the one I'm going to be using. And yeah, here's the set. I'm not really sure what was going through my mind. When I made this, I think that gets you to 130, so you can use like a stretch and a burrow, and then you can just spam your battering ram. And 200 melee defense, just so you can be as tanky as you like, a tank in the melee side as you possibly can be. And 104 speed is just to run as fast as possible. And our moves are poison, burrow, stretch, and battering ram. You could run molt if you wanted to, but stretch does the same thing that molt does, but it costs less energy, and it works with the 230 energy that Garbantis has. This Garbantis has. And the 88 range defense is just so you can tank range attacks just a little bit better. That's pretty much it. And yeah, I'm excited. I haven't used Garbantis in a little while. I have 4 health amulets. I don't have an addiction. Anyway, on to the first battle. All right, here we go into the first battle. Now, I don't think I'm gonna. This is the worst team I've ever seen to have to fight a Garbantis, but I do not. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna tell you this now. I'm tired because I had to wake up like really early because every Wednesday I'm gonna be tired, but I'm gonna try to keep my spirits up. But yeah, I'm kind of sleepy, so if you see me kind of like make a misplay or something, it's not my fault. It's the game, and yeah, nothing's ever my fault. It's always the game. I never made a mistake playing this game. That's sarcasm, by the way. Just for the 3 people that didn't understand I was being sarcastic. This is a terrible idea. I don't have anything for the Falkery. I can beat the freaking... Can I kill that? It's fine. If I die to it, not my fault. Falkery. Fantastic. You just click Metal Blast. Yeah, I don't want to take too much damage with the Wobblisk, so I can risk just driving force, but it's going to deal like that much damage, and I don't want to take that. Might even OHKO me. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go into Veno. Not risking the KO. He might go for Magnify, predicting a swap. Or not. Who knows? Metallical Blast. That did not do a lot of damage. Alright, I'm going to click, I'm pretty sure he's going to swap into something. I'm going to click Adaptive because I feel like it's my best option. If he stays in and goes for a setup move like Magnify or something, that's also fine. I can, probably just, not swap, I would just, Mud Spatter twice. Because I could tank an attack. Then it would be slower than me after the -1. What is taking you forever? My God, just make your move. Oh, so apparently my math class found my YouTube channel because I kind of told them. So hi everybody, if you are at this point, hello. But yeah, what am I talking about? You know, sometimes whenever you want to make the obvious move, why'd that do so much damage? Is it a sting? Is it a peck epidemic? What is this? Anyway, yeah, I told my math class, like, about the YouTube channel, because, like, they asked what I did over the weekend. I was like, I recorded some videos, and then, is that the story about what happened? I'm not sure. I kind of just said I don't even remember what happened. It's all a blur. It was like 3 hours ago. It's too blurry. But, let me try to remember what happened. We were sitting there, and I think, I don't know what I was talking about, but eventually we got into the subject about YouTube, and I mentioned I had a YouTube channel. And then they're like, wait, what? And then I showed them that I'm a nerd that plays a Pokemon game all day. And They were like, OMG! So, yeah. By the way, I'm joking. Because they can very easily kill me every Wednesday. And yeah, I don't want to risk dying today. So I'm not going to make too much fun of them. But yeah, the class is pretty fun. I was kind of confused by most parts of it. Then I got a really overpowered teammate. Like I helped a little bit. Okay, why? What is happening? Okay, that's a tanking buddy. But yeah, I had a really good teammate, or a partner. I wouldn't say teammate. I had a partner, really good partner in the in my math class. There were some points where I knew what I was doing and she didn't, and I didn't know what I was doing, but she did, and those were the fun times. But yeah, it was an interesting day, and the rest of it's a blur. I don't really know what else happened. I have notes, but then I ended up leaving my backpack actually in class, and I didn't get it. Luckily, I don't know why, but I had my wallet and my phone out of my backpack, so I didn't lose that stuff. That would have really, really sucked had I actually lost that. But no, I didn't. And yeah, now I'm here. And speaking of math class, there was this one time I was in, I think it was Algebra 1, was it? No, it was Algebra 2. I was in Algebra 2, and there was this, it was like the first day, it was like online class because of the pandemic and everything. The first day, this is the Valkyrie? Okay, I'm just to say this. Even I know not to do this, and I don't like Valkyrie, so I will gladly pick up this KO. But on the first day of Algebra 2, there's this lady joined, and my teacher, she was really confused. She's like, who are you? And she was like, my name is, I'm gonna call her Amethyst. It makes sense if you knew her. And she was like, she had like curly hair and, no, not curly hair. Well, I know she had glasses and it might have been a little bit of curly hair. And she was kind of funny too. But she was kind of scary too. Like, okay, sometimes we would get on topic about Ninjago, because have you ever seen the Lego Ninjago show? I think that show was really fun. And I would like go on and on about how Lloyd was the best ninja until like the reboot season where they all changed faces, and I was like, okay, you suck now. And now I don't care about any of them. I really just want to see what happens and how this ends. But when Cole's actor died, I was so freaking devastated. You don't know how sad I was when I saw that news. I was so sad. But off of that, pretty much what happened in that class, she was a Marvel fan. She was a Marvel fan and Ninjago fan. She was like an everything fan, you know? And there was this one time in class where I was it was 1 week and we were doing a hangman puzzle. And in that hangman puzzle, we had, I don't remember what it was, but I know it was like K-I blank blank S blank S, and we had like 2 other letters before that. And basically I was like, oh, it's pyrokinesis. But then the teacher ended the game right before I could answer it. And I was like, bruh, are you kidding me? I was so sad. And then I actually typed the word to the lady that I said is kind of scary. Amethyst was her name. Not her real name. I'm using an alias. But why did I use Flabbergasted? It costs less energy. But I told her that. And she said, I'll keep that in mind. The next week during Hangman, she was like, she put down the exact same word like our teacher. And I was just like, okay, this is my chance to show up everybody. So I went up there and I told Amethyst to do pyrokinesis. It was right. And my teacher accused me of cheating. It was the worst feeling of my life. Whenever I get it right, the teacher accuses you of cheating. Like, come on, man. I'm just really good at memorizing. And yeah, that... I literally rested for you to kill me, so then I could win with Garbantis. What more do you want? But yeah. I'd not be surprised if some of my classmates, like when I come in to class next Wednesday, they're just going to be like staring at me. I want them to do that. If they're watching this, I want you to stare at me blankly as I walk in. It's going to be fun. And then I'm just going to have no idea what you mean. You're like, you told us to do this. I'm like, oh, right. If I clicked poison. GG. Is that GG? It is. All right. Well, that was a pretty eventful first battle. Let's hop into the second one. Boop. All right, here we go into the next battle. Now, this guy just randomly started to spam at me about like battle me, battle me, battle me. So I decided to grant his wishes. Okay. I see nothing to remove Barb, so I'm going to immediately lead with that. If he leads with Zulong, then I go into you. And if he has Carolyn, I go into you. And pretty much from there, I have to keep Theo and Ventation alive to deal with Hunder. And actually, Metronet beats everything if I get at least one piece of mind up and the Hunter's chipped. He actually has no trap removal. And Garbantis does excellent here. I can swap in versus against the Tyrex every single time. And then start spamming my Burrow. Actually, if I do that, I win. If I spam Burrow, I can win the game. So that's what I'm going to go do. But I don't have Clay Slap, so I cannot Oko the Hunter. Although normally I don't think you would Oko if you're very nimble. You'd have to have Sharp Claws if you wanted to Oko it. Like, okay, when Sepharite City first came out, there was I'd say there was 3 forgotten ones and 3 amazing ones. There was the 3 amazings were Garbantis, Stratosaur, and Hunter. Right? A lot of which are still used to this day. And the forgotten ones, I would say, are Gardrone, Munchwheel, and Tyrex. Now, the thing with Hunter, Garbantis, and Stratosaur, they had an interesting combo. You could beat Hunter with Garbantis if you had a certain set. And Hunter could beat Stratosaur Hunter could always beat Stratosaur. And Stratosaur could beat Garbantis. It was like rock, paper, scissors. Like, if you were a very nimble Garbantis, and then you had a Hunter, and then you had a Stratosaur, those 3 on the same team were pretty good. But back then, people were just struggling to find a counter to Hunter because of its broken ability and its amazing coverage. You're going to swap into Cosmere? Yeah, not very subtle there. Oh, I thought he was going to say. That's always scary. I forgot there could be a secret ability as well. So, okay, he goes for his Meteor Crash. And I go into Veno, then I double into Metroid. Let's see, Peace of Minds, then. That's going to suck. Yep, Meteor Crash. Okay. Now, Psychoblast still would not do, like, any damage to me, but I'm not taking any chances. I'm going straight into Metronet to quad resist the Psychoblast. Then I can set up Peace of Mind. Now, since Barbs are on his side of the field, Garbantis is going to be able to do some really good work. And he's actually clicked Peace of Mind. That's pretty unfortunate, but it doesn't have the highest range defense in the game, and I outspeed it. So it's going to be a Peace of Mind duel between us. Realistically, if he goes for, like, a Meteor Crash and I go for Peace of Mind, we should be fine. And also, if he goes into Hunter here, I'm going to click Pyro. It doesn't really matter if I don't click it or not. But I don't want to take chip damage with Ventation, because Ventation is still useful. Not really. I only brought it for Hunter. Why did I bring Ventation? I had Garbantis. My god. I was thinking about using Spreezy over Garbantis, because it does relatively the same thing I want it to do. It can also set Barbs, which is also pretty good. And it can be a trap remover. This is going to be a duel of Peace of Mind, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay, perfect. Now that he did that, we're basically neutral. So this Dark Surge is not going to do, like, the most damage, but it'll still do some damage. Like, now, since he Peace of Mind twice, I Peace of Mind twice, and he attacked me once, it's basically like we are neutral. Like, nothing is happening. Like, we're not stacked up versus each other. He is Enchanted Coat, so he can very easily click Slumber and heal off the damage I'm about to deal to him, which would probably be his best bet to try to Energy Stall me. But realistically, I would just start setting up more if he did that. So realistically, his best bet probably is to go into his Ragoon and hope it's a very nimble Ragoon and it outspeeds me. He's just going to stay in, most likely go for Peace of Mind, that or Meteor Crash. He's Enchanted Coat, so he's going to resist that pretty well. Now, okay, he doesn't want to take 2 more. I know that. Is he health amulet too? No, he's not health amulet. I think he's probably an essence, that, or a armor. I'm going to click my dark sword more. 2 more times. Should be able to take this thing out. Seeing the considerable amount of damage that we did normally. Probably doesn't care enough. If he goes for a slumber, then I'm very much down for that. Now, we're chipped enough to where the Hunter can KO us. So we are not going to stay in when he sends Hunter into Revenge Kill. We're going to go straight into Ventation, because that's a good swap. Or we could go into Garbantis. Very robust. Can indeed tank a Chili Chomp and a Blaze Chomp. But probably not the best option. Not going to lie. I really just want to get Garbantis in and sweep this game. Because if he went to sleep, I would have gone into Garbantis and set up like 2 burrows. Or a stretch and then a burrow. Then I would have gone for my battering rams. Then I would have been able to KO everything on his team. Or 1 at KO if it was neutral. Yeah, Hunter comes in, which is very, very obvious. He's poisoned, so he can take a lot of chip damage from this Ventation swap. I'm going to go into Ventation. I don't care if he predicts it or anything. I'm going to go into it. Now, I was thinking when I've been fighting a lot of people recently that have been using Revenine. And I've been thinking, very smart Revenine Vengeance. Is that used anywhere? Let me know. Comment down below. Have you ever used a very nimble Vengeance Revenine? I would love to know. Now, I'm going to click Battering Ram, even if he goes for his Thunder Chomp, which he really shouldn't, because this Ventation is meant to kill Hunters, or counter them. Back then, so many people were looking for counters to Hunter, because like, it was very strong. Ursul was used so much to counter it. And when Ursnat got added, is like the best possible counter to Hunter. High melee defense, good defensive typing. Don't click Thunder Chomp on Ventations unless you can deal way too much damage. It's fine too. I only brought Ventation to deal with this thing. So, here's what I'm going to do. I am fairly certain I can tank the Chili Chomp. Actually, I probably can't. I've seen very robust ones tank it, though. Pretty sure I do tank it. Yeah, so Hunter's definitely dead here, which is great. Even if I get flinch, it's completely fine. So, Hunter being down is amazing. Now, if I Dusk it here, this would also be a great fight. But now, okay, I was thinking about it. Like, something to do with Dusk it, give it a fire coverage. Maybe give it, like, Pyrokinesis, that or Lava Slash. Or even Blaze Punch. Give it something to hit to clips, but not that hard. Because if it does that, it still dies to priority from Vesp and such. But still. And, okay, Zulon comes in. That is completely fine by me. Its burst would do a lot of damage to pretty much anything I send in. I'm going to go for a Battering Ram, though. I really do not care what he goes for here. He can go for his burst. He can go for any ones, but I'm just going to take it like a champ. Now, who hopes someday Focus Sash is added? If Focus Sash is added, so many frail Loomians are going to get a chance to shine. Things like Suicide Lead Poison Barb Dorogo or Suicide Lead Ancient Instinct Dorogo. Like, that could work. And with the most common priority moves being Shadow Sprint and Quick Punch, you don't see Light Dash and you don't see Iguana that much, so it's very low chance you're going to fight a melee Iguana. And with Quick Pounce only really being used on certain Loomians like Rasolin, Servolin, and yeah, such like that. And maybe Borok is also uses it, and Trumbull, depending on your set, if you're a Stretch Sweeper or a very brawny Battle Horn Sweeper. Even then, you would probably just go, you probably wouldn't use Quick Pounce with that. Alright, Tyrex comes in, which is literally exactly what we wanted. Now, we can take whatever this Tyrex throws at us. Tyrex is pretty good. I used to use Tyrex so much back in the day. I used a Brawny Clever SA one. I used it just so I could specifically counter Zulong, which really threatened my team because I used like Ventation, Terra Claw, Deladrix. I used a lot of things that were kind of weak to it. Now he's gonna. Oh, this is perfect. This is literally perfect. This is perfect. He's gonna die to poison. I'm gonna set up on this thing. I'm going to click my stretch. This is literally perfect. Perfect. Now I burrow. If I burrow twice, I win the game. He gave me the win. I'm very, very down. Now, the poison is going to KO him eventually. If he crits me, that'd be very unfortunate. I think even then we could still tank it because of our trash armor, very robust. So he's going to die to the poison in 2 turns, maybe even this turn. But I'm going to go for, I'm going to keep spamming Burrow. Thank you, Jamie, for adding such a amazingly broken Loomian. Now, yeah, perfect. I tank that so well. If he dies here, it's over. I think I just won. I think Garbantis wins. Yeah, things like that. Those situations are where you want to swap a Garbantis in. Like, very, very good. I am +1. I'm +2, +1 trash armor, and you're chipped. So, no, this KOs. Even if you're very nimble, we outspeed you. Yep. Garbantis is a very... I'm guessing what's his last Loomian. I'm glad he has his last Loomian, because this is good. This is a decent revenge killer, I'd say. Except for its defensive typing, and it's a toad. You were saving that for, Alvin, weren't you? That's his last Loomian, right? Yeah, it is. That's his last Loomian. G. Now, that was a pretty fun showcasing in the power of Garbantis. I do still think it is a very good Loomian. A very scary threat, being able to throw out provokes and poisons. If it ever gets pestilence, that'll be very broken to have to fight melee attackers. Because you're going to have to be fighting a, like, very robust pestilence, stuff like that. That would suck. I'm eventually probably going to do a very, a secret ability one. I have a Brawny Nimble secret ability one that I'm going to probably rebuild someday. But other than that, yeah, everybody, that's going to be the very end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you in the next one.